Ciao Bella! Welcome to another episode of Bellauncinettocrafts. I am Christina, and today we are talking about a rectangle shawl cal. So, before we get into that, like, share, subscribe, notification bell, all the business things, right? If you're here, it's because you want to be here or because you found my video and you want to see what it's about. If you want to stick around, I would love it. You can subscribe so you know when all of my videos are coming out. And if you're just finding me, thank you so much. If you've been here for a little while, as I've only been here for a little while, I appreciate you so much. All right, so rectangle shawl cal. Bailey, Cindy, and Spring. And I'll have all their channels linked below. Cindy is the only one that doesn't have her name in her channel name. Her channel name is Life in Yarn Tangled, but I'll link all of it down below. So they said they're doing a cal from October 1st to October 31st, and you just have to make a rectangle shawl. There's no stitch requirements. There's no yarn requirements. None of that. Just have to make the shawl and send it to them. Send a picture, not send it, the shawl to them. Send a picture of the shawl to them by October 31st. And I think there's a prize or something. I don't know. But I think it's cool. Make a shawl. So I've been looking and looking. I have the yarn, which I'll show you in a minute. But I've been looking for a pattern. So this is my pattern book. And what I do is I write down different patterns that I want to do. This is for tutorials. So if I see a tutorial, I will write it down. Now I have a book that has like printed patterns in it, but this is like for tutorials because I don't want to have to keep rewinding. So when I watch a video tutorial, I usually watch it one, maybe two times if I don't get everything, and I write it down in this book. And then if I'm like, oh, that doesn't look right, that doesn't look how I remembered it from the video, I'll go back to that point in the video and watch that particular stitch or that particular section. So I found, and I didn't write this one down just because of the way that it was written. I didn't want to have to write all of that. So this is the Omna shawl pattern. It's a free pattern. I found it on Annie's Crochet Design for free. I found it on Ravelry as well. And there was a link there to the free version. And this is why I didn't write it down, because it's literally chain 100 and then row 1, row 2, row 3. And then you repeat these up to, I think it's 104 rows. Yeah, I wrote that down. 104 rows. So I just printed this part off. I cut and pasted it into a document and printed it because it was a lot. I wasn't feeling like writing it. So it says to use a 4.5mm hook, but I'm a tight crocheter. So I am going to use my beautiful that I won Clover 5.5mm hook. And I am going to be using Rowan Creative Linen. I have 4 100-gram balls or hanks. It's 50% cotton, 50% linen. You can machine wash. No, hand wash. Hand wash, not machine wash. You can iron it, tumble dry low, 200 meters or 219 yards. It doesn't give a crochet size, but it says use 4.5mm knitting needles. So that is the specs on that. It'll focus maybe a little bit. And this is the color Oasis. So I have 2 of those. And they have different labels, but it's the same thing. So Oasis, and then I have the same, so it's the exact same yarns of the same specs, but this is in Foggy. So what I plan to do is do the chain and do like 10 rows or maybe 12 because it's a 3-row repeat. And then, so I'm going to alternate gray and turquoise and gray and turquoise and gray and turquoise. The one that I saw on Annie's crochet design was a shawl of some sign that had some sort of gradient, different colors, purple, pink, blue, white, gray. It was really pretty. But I don't want to use like a cake for that. I want to use this yarn. So I'm just going to alternate, and I'll clip my yarn. That way I'm not spending yarn carrying it. The other thing is it calls for fringe. So finishing, it says to block the shawl and then add fringe. I'm not going to add fringe, I don't think. I'm just going to leave it. I don't really care for fringe. I put fringe on some things, but not things that I'm going to wear. I'll put it on things I'm going to sell. But I don't put it on things I'm going to wear just because it gets on my nerves. But it's just a personal choice. If somebody wants me to make something and they want me to put fringe on it, I'll put fringe on it. Yeah. So I'm super excited. I have 2 cals going at once. I have the Pick and Mix cal from Lisa Ladybird Loves, which I've done a video on my colors. We just started that today, which is October 7th, 2021. And I'll show all of that in my whips and faux and whatever later on. Because we have to do 6 rows a week. It's a challenge. It's a challenge, and the stitch is a challenge, but it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. I'm already excited. She said I made her nervous, but whatever. This is not about her cal. This is about the other cal. So I'll update you more on that later. Anyway, that's all I have for you for now. If you want to get in, you don't have to be a creator. You can be a watcher. That's completely fine. Again, rectangle shawl. No specific stitch, no specific measurement, no specific yarn, no specific hook. Also, it doesn't have to be crochet. It can be knit too. I forgot about that. I don't knit, so it left my mind until now. It doesn't have to even be crochet. It could be knit. So it doesn't matter what size needles or any of it. Doesn't matter. Make a rectangle shawl by October 31st. That's the one rule. That's it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. And busy with work. So I try to record videos ahead of time. That way, when I do have time to edit, I can upload. So you may not see this on October 7th. Well, you won't see it on October 7th. But it will be coming up soon. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. If you weren't watching me, I wouldn't have a channel. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Have a great one. Ciao, Bella.